What's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. This video is a banger as we are going to be reviewing subscribers' bikes. For this, we're going to have two categories, looks and uniqueness. 10 points can be scored in each category, 20 points in total. Let's see which bike is the best. This first bike was sent in by my subscriber Lincoln. It's a 2024 Ultra B. Now, this is the spec sheet of what he's sent me of everything he's done to it. He's done a 17-inch Supermoto wheel set, clone prickly pegs, black sprocket, a gold chain, TJ Racing footlock, ride mother motor cover, gut seat cover, he hasn't put it on yet, he said, bar pad, custom plate decal, Fort decal and EXT Forks, stickers, steady rock light, switch, bar half front light, axle sliders, he's got new pads, new grips, metal throttle tube, and yeah. The bike, just take a look at it off the bat. Already, I'm giving this a 9 out of 10 for looks. Just obviously, the Ultra Bs are just gorgeous, especially in black when they're just a stock color. He's got a couple stickers on the front there, which honestly, I fuck with. Like, they're clean stickers. I like them. Just as a first look at the bike, I'm already giving it a 9 out of 10 in the looks department, just as it's gorgeous. Like, obviously, you can't go wrong with the black Ultra Bs. You know, just a couple upgrades on there, and the thing looks mint, especially with the Ultra. You just can't go wrong with any of the upgrades you can really do. So I especially love the black on it, and plus with the Supermoto wheels and the gold chain, it just adds that extra touch. Now, for the scoring, obviously, I'm going to have to give this a 9 out of 10. Just look at the bike. It's absolutely gorgeous. And in the unique scoring, out of 10, I'm just going to have to give it a 5. I'll give it a 6, just because it's an Ultra B. A lot of people have them. It's still sort of basic in the colorways. Don't get me wrong, bike is gorgeous, but it's been done many times before, but it's still beautiful. Now, would I trade my bike for it? Power aside, absolutely. Like, just taking a look at it, bike's gorgeous. So many upgrades put into it, plus the suspension is definitely better than my SR suspension for sure. So yes, I would actually trade my E-Ride Pro for this Ultra B. On to the next bike. This next bike was also sent in by another subscriber, also called Lincoln. It's a 3 kilowatt, 72 volt, 30 amp hour conversion kit. And many people sent me their conversion kits to put in. I didn't want to put many of them in just because so many people have them. There's not like too much different stuff you see done with them. But this one stood out to me. Just take a look at the purple on that. The purple on this is absolutely gorgeous, especially with the proper Moto pegs, the CNC throttle, I believe that is. It's absolutely gorgeous. You did not see many people make their kits look clean. Like, yeah, you see all the basic colors of like the purples and stuff, but this is a special purple. This is called BMW Purple, which I think it's on the M series. I'm not too sure, but don't get me wrong, purple, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, the description he gave me when he sent me the photo of his bike, it's a 3 kilowatt, 72 volt, 30 amp hour, which honestly, crazy. It's pretty good for a kit. It's spray painted BMW Purple. It's got chrome pegs and chrome stem. It's also got a CNC throttle, I thought so, with custom bolt-on torque arms. Like, just taking a look at the bike itself, the bike is absolutely beautiful. Like, honestly, for looks, for a kit, 8 out of 10. Because you see lots of kits around, lots of the sort of the same powder coated builds, but this one stands out just because of the color, the proper pegs. It's gorgeous. I'm going to be giving it 8 out of 10 on looks. Now, for the uniqueness score, I'm going to have to give it, I would say a 7 out of 10, just as, yes, conversion kit. Many people have done stuff to them, but this one just stands out because it looks so clean. Now, would I trade my bike for it? Me personally, no. It's a conversion kit, obviously, end of the day. Look, I said power doesn't really come into terms in my ratings, but it's coming from a proper e-motor to a conversion kit. The power's going to be horrible. Other than that, though, the bike is gorgeous, but me personally, I just wouldn't trade my own bike for it. Now, this next bike is actually our first moto of the video so far. It's a Gas 85. It was sent to me by one of my subscribers, John T. And just taking it off the bat, it's gorgeous. Obviously, I'm a Yamaha boy myself, but the Gas in this red with the red frame and the red fork guards, it's just gorgeous, especially with the red bark buses. Like, it's gorgeous. Now, for the upgrades of what he's told me he's done to the bike, he said he's put a new clutch cover on it, a new pipe, a new heavy-duty clutch, a new gear shifter, and new pegs. Obviously, making the bike just look absolutely so clean. Like, I don't know what I would change about this bike, other than the fact maybe change it to a Yamaha. But no, jokes aside, though, the bike is just straight up, it's honestly beautiful. Like, you can't go wrong with it. Now, for the looks rating, just because there's a dent in the pipe and stuff, I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10. The bike itself is still gorgeous, but it needs a clean. Like, the bike is still beautiful, don't get me wrong, but just with the dents in the pipe, it's gonna have to get a 7 out of 10 on my rating. Now, for the uniqueness rating, I haven't really seen many people do too much stuff to gas guesses, so for uniqueness, I'm gonna have to give this a 7 out of 10. Now, would I trade my bike for it? To be honest, yes. Power aside, money aside alone, such a fun bike trip. I've had 85s before, so 85s to me, I find are the perfect size just to throw around, whip around, ride trails, ride tracks and stuff. So me personally, power, money, all that stuff aside, yes, I would actually trade my bike for this. This is the first mountain bike of the video. This was sent in by one of my subscribers, Levi. He said it's a 2009 Norco Shore. Off the bat, I don't know too much about mountain bikes and stuff, but that blue is pretty nice. One thing about the bike I dislike off the bat is the rear subframe is painted white and not blue like the whole bike, which will impact the ratings a little bit. But the upgrades he's told me he's done to it, nothing too crazy. He's got upgraded handlebars, an upgraded headset, and he's also got tubeless tires as well on it. Now for the ratings, for looks, unfortunately, Levi, if you're watching this video, I'm gonna have to give it a 5 out of 10. Just because the rear subframe itself is a completely different color to what the actual frame of the bike is. It throws me off a little bit in terms of looks. Other than that though, if the frame was painted blue and the rear subframe was also painted blue, I would probably give this, I'd say, a 7 or an 8 out of 10. But just because the rear subframe is white, I will have to give this a 5 out of 10. Now for the uniqueness rating, there's not too much stuff done to it, just a few changes here and there. For uniqueness, I'm also going to have to give it a 5 out of 10. And would I trade for my bike for it? No, absolutely not. This next bike, we have another Ultra Beat. I love them, they're gorgeous. I'm not too sure if this one's a 2024 or 2025, as it wasn't mentioned when he told me about it, but this one was sent in by my subscriber Cody. Now off the bat, just taking a first look at the bike here, I can see he's got EXT front forks, a gut seat cover, just the usual stuff that you'll throw in your Ultra B when owning it. Now for the upgrades that Cody has done to his bike, he's got prickly pegs, a gut seat cover, he's got rental bar pad, and he's got a new light on it as well. Just off the bat, just a few of the more affordable mods you can do to your bike at the start. Again, I'm not too sure if it's a 24 or a 25, but just still looking at it, it's still clean nonetheless. Now for the looks rating, just as it is still pretty stock and there isn't too much done to it like Lincoln's Ultra B that we guys first saw on the first bike, I'm going to have to give it a 7 out of 10, as obviously it's still pretty stock. There's not too much change about it. Don't get me wrong. Still a gorgeous bike, still a beautiful bike, but just in terms of the upgrades and the mods, it will get a 7 out of 10, just as there hasn't been too much done to it. Now, for uniqueness, I'm going to have to give it a 5 just because it's a pretty stock Ultra B. Ultra Bs are not too crazy common, but this is fairly stock and there hasn't been too much done to it. So it's going to have to get a 5 out of 10 for the unique rating. But still, it's a gorgeous bike. On to the next. Now, this bike was sent in by another one of my subscribers, Dom. He didn't tell me what the bike is, so I'm not too sure what it is, but it's some sort of fat tire e-bike. Straight off the bat, one thing I noticed about it that I have not seen on an e-bike like this before, I'm not too sure or not, but I'm 99% sure that this is a dual battery setup. It looks like, to me, it looks like there's 2 batteries on there. And one thing I don't like about the bike, just looking at it, is that front helmet style, plate. I don't know what to describe this, but it's like one of those medieval, helmets. That's the vibe I get from it. Now, the upgrades he's told me he's done to it, he's added an ODI plate sticker, a bar pad, new grips, new brake pads, new pegs, battery sticker, custom key change. He's moved the screen lower, he's taken the rear fender off, he's added a bike lock and added more stickers just around the bike just to give it that final touch. Now for looks, I'm going to have to give this bike a 6, I would say, just as it's not my cup of tea personally. Other people may like it, but just me personally, it's not something I would choose to do. I love some of the things on there, I love the red pegs in the back, plus with the red grips, it matches perfectly, but just the look itself isn't too my cup of tea. It's still a nice bike, but me personally, it's not for me. Now, for the uniqueness rating, as I've never seen this done before, I'm going to have to give this an 8 out of 10 for uniqueness, just as this is something you do not see every day, let's be real. You do not see it. It's out of the ordinary from what you see from the typical fat tires, like all the Fat Boys, Red Stars, and all the other fat tire e-bikes that you do see. Now, would I trade my bike for this? No, I wouldn't. Yeah, power aside, money aside, it's still not something I would want to ride myself, just as purely for the fact I'm not the biggest fan of Fat Boys, fat tires, anything like that. Just as myself, I don't find the way the throttle works that nice. This next bike was sent in by Taj. Now, taking a first look at that, I believe this is a Triple X. I'm not too sure and don't know too much about Talaris at all, but one thing off the bat I noticed is the fork guards. I love the stickers on them. It's so clean, especially with the ODI plate. It just matches up perfectly. I can also see he's done the pegs as well. I'm not too sure if that's the stock. I don't know too much about Talaris, so this could be the stock light, but I'm also not too sure if that is a stock Talari light. He gave me a short little description of what he's done to the bike. He's done ODI plate, fork guards, he's put a new seat on, new pegs, and a direct stem mount. Just the basic upgrade, as always, you do to your bike. Now for the looks rating, I would give it an 8 out of 10, but it's going to get a 7 out of 10 purely for the fact, in my personal opinion, unless it's a light beat, taking off your front fender looks ugly as hell. It looks so goofy and does not look like a proper bike. So it would get an 8 out of 10 if it had the front fender on. But at the end of the day, it's personal preferences or just my personal opinion. So you guys may have a different opinion to me. If you do on all these bikes, let me know down below what you would actually rate these bikes. But for me, I'm going to have to give a 7 out of 10 just for the fact there is no front fender. And I don't really like the look of when the front fenders are removed unless it's a light beat. For the uniqueness, I'm just going to have to give it a 6 out of 10 purely for the fact, yeah, front fender removed, basic stickers done to it. It's stuff you always see. Don't get me wrong, the bike doesn't look bad. It still looks clean. It's still a gorgeous bike. But just for the uniqueness factor, I'm going to have to give it a 6 as it has definitely been done many times before. This next bike was sent in by one of my subscribers, Roman. Just looking at it, it's a Falcon GT from 79 bike. I have not seen many of these things around at all. In my opinion, I think they look gorgeous just because of the way they replicate the Sur-Ron style of the frame, but it's a little bit different. In my opinion, it's gorgeous. Just looking at it, I think I'm 99% sure they upgraded pegs. I'm not too sure if that's a stock bash guard or not, as I'm not too familiar with Falcon GTs and 79 bikes with their bikes. And obviously, front fender remove, I'm not the biggest fan of it. At the end of the day, it's his bike. He can do what he wants with it, but in my personal opinion, I like the front fender. But I do like the light. It doesn't look like a Baja light or any of the other like stock LBX lights or the E-Ride lights. It's like a mixture of the E-Ride light. Also with, if that last bike with the Tari, if that's a stock light, it's a mix of the Tari light plus the stock light on the E-Ride Pro. He hasn't actually sent me a description of what he's done to the bike, as he's only just got it and hasn't really had time to do too much things to it. Now, for the looks rating, this bike would be getting a 9 out of 10, but again, front fender removed, not my cup of tea. It still looks gorgeous, but it will be getting an 8 out of 10 just because the front fender is removed. Like, I love the look of the Falcon GT. Just taking a look at this bike, it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous bike. I love the display on it as well. It's so clean. It's so nice. Now for the uniqueness rating, as I have not seen many Falcons around ever. I don't even think I've seen one yet in person. Maybe I've seen it once. I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10 just as it is unique and I had not seen many of it done before. But you could also argue the fact it could be either between a 6 and an 8 due to the fact that it also does look like a Sur-Ron as well. But in my personal opinion, I'm going to be giving it a 9 out of 10 in uniqueness. This is another conversion kit we got here. This was sent in by my subscriber Hudson. Off the bat, I love the blue mixed with the Sur-Ron seat. Looks absolutely gorgeous. I believe this is a 3 kilowatt 72 volt off memory. And just taking a look at it, it's gorgeous. Like, I love the blue frame, you know. You see it all the time, but you can't go wrong with blue. Obviously, he's got the pegs on there, Sur-Ron seat. Cable management is on point. It's honestly very clean. It's a definitely very clean kit. Now, what he's done to it, he's added Pro Taper bars, Sur-Ron throttle plus grips. He's done hookworms. He's put obviously the Sur-Ron seat, and he's also put the light bar on, which isn't in this photo, but I know he does have a light bar for it. For looks, I'm going to be giving it a 7 out of 10 as the bike is gorgeous. It's just a conversion kit. It's been done many times before, but the bike itself is absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. I love the blue. I've seen it obviously done many times before, but this shade of blue is pretty nice in my opinion. For uniqueness, as it's a conversion kit and blue's been done a few times before, I'm going to have to give it a 6 out of 10. Don't get me wrong, as I said, the bike is beautiful. I love the blue on it. It's just been done before. This next bike was sent in by my subscriber Cruz. He didn't give me any description whatsoever, but it is a CRF 250. And just looking at it, oh, it's gorgeous. I love the red. I'm a Yamaha boy, but I always have a thing for Honda just because the red on them looks absolutely gorgeous. And I love the dual pipe setup on these bikes. Just completes the look so much more. And I believe he's also done a red clutch cover to it. I'm not too sure if that comes stock or not, but it's gorgeous. For looks, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 just because it's beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong, with all the red on there, oh, it just shines, plus the dual pipes, and it looks clean as well. Plus the red grips, obviously, just adds on to that. For uniqueness, I'm going to have to give it a 4 out of 10 just because I don't know what's done to it. Doesn't seem to be really much done to it. Maybe the clutch cover's done and obviously the grips as well. There's not too much done to it. So it's pretty stock. It's still a beautiful bike, but I'm going to have to give it a 4 out of 10 just for it being stock. This next bike, it's another conversion kit. It was sent in by my subscriber Eli. off the bat, I love the white done to it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a gorgeous bike, gorgeous build, but especially with the white and the pegs. It's clean, not too much done to it, but it's still clean at the end of the day. For the upgrades, he's actually done a fair bit to it. It's a 2000 watt, 35 amp hour, 52 volt. It's got a Shimano MT401. It's got obviously the UKC1 display. It's got the pole with grip tape, key switch, Sur-Ron throttle, frame, obviously painted white, pro taper pillow grips, V12 headset, light bar, 2600 lumens, which is not bad for a light bar, front and rear carbon mudguards, and hook arms, obviously front and rear, making it look clean. Now for looks, this bike would be getting 8, but just for the stem, I don't know if it's how it is, just something about the stem being that high up throws me off a little bit. This bike will be getting 8, but I'm gonna have to give it a 7. But other than that, everything else about the bike is beautiful. For uniqueness, I'm also gonna have to give it a 6, just because obviously white's been done for 4. I love white. I have a soft spot for the white conversion kits. That looks so good, but obviously done before, so I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10 on the uniqueness scale. Now, this last bike was sent in by my mate Orlando. It's a blue 2025 Light B, just got for Christmas. It's just looking off the bat, it's absolutely beautiful. It is gorgeous. Gut seat cover, the gold forks, it's so nice. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, he's actually done a fair few upgrades for it, and he's only had it since Christmas. He's done a Spank Spoon 60mm riser bars, gut seat cover, wide moto pegs, bar highlight, fake ODI plate, black motor cover, and obviously the cable management. It just makes the bike look absolutely gorgeous. For looks, I'm going to have to give it a 10. Yes, the front fender's removed, but I think the LBXs, in my opinion, look so good with their front fenders removed, in my opinion. I'll let it slide. So I will be giving this bike a 10 out of 10 for looks. For uniqueness, blue light beat, sort of the basic stuff done to it, but in my opinion, he's made it look really clean. So the uniqueness, I'm still going to have to give it a 6 out of 10. Obviously, done before, blue light beat, but other than that, the bike is beautiful. Editing Bo here, I realized I completely forgot to film the outro, but thank you guys so much for watching. Next week's video, I've actually already filmed it. It's a ride out video, but I'm going to have to cut it down to sort of a montage thing, because when we got there, sort of, long story short, police pulled up from the start. It was all good, but I wasn't able to get my mic going. So next week's video is going to be more of a montage video of the ride out than an actual proper traditional style video like we've been talking, that I've been doing. But yeah, I hope you guys stay keen for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a lovely day.